Ladies and gentlemen, Marks and Tricks, sit on your ass and listen to this. It's the Last Real Heels Podcast, episode 68. Woo! I'm Urban Heretic 187. That's URBANHERETIC 187, brother. To my right, Mr. J-Man.
Man, it was fucking classic this time. You always get your shit in. You always do it right. No matter how many brews you drank. I think it's just number 4 tonight.
Yeah.
I always count them.
Probably
I'm the designated brew counter.
I'm breaking my dick off. Oh, it's unbreakable.
But we have a special guest tonight. Fucking, this is an honor for us. One of the guys we love each week on Lucha Underground. Fucking, he always impresses us, man. Every fucking week. You can listen to the Lucha reviews. We're always talking about it. Angelico, how you doing tonight, man?
What up, dudes?
Oh man, just sitting around, fucking getting ready to do this, and then after that, watch Lucha.
Drinking beer and doing hemp research.
Yeah, doing our normal shit. But yeah, man, this is something I've been wanting to do, talk to you for a while, because you always fucking do, every week, impressed. Human highlight reel, that's what I've been calling you on Twitter.
Thanks.
Then I've heard other people, man. There's a guy fucking incredible, crazy motherfucker, South African sensation, all this stuff. All the fans, man, all the people listening to our podcast were very excited about this. They had lots of questions. You broke DJ's record for questions.
That's very important to me. Take that, Chris, if you're listening.
Hell yeah. One more little thing before we start getting into this. Who really is the Mortal Kombat and FIFA champion? Is it you? Is it Vinny? Or is it Jack?
Okay, well, Mortal Kombat, Jack is undisputed champion in Lucha Underground.
Damn.
He actually, the first night we had the game, it was me. There's a lot of people playing that game. Ricochet. There's like 10 of us in the tournament, and he actually went undefeated. So that was stupid.
Who does he play as?
Sub-Zero.
That's my boy.
Hell yeah.
Boy, dude.
That was actually demoralizing that night. I actually left halfway through the tournament. I couldn't take it anymore. And then FIFA, that's just bullshit. He's like won once or twice, super luckily. And but just Jack being Jack, he thinks winning once makes him king of the world.
Okay, well I had to get that cleared up before we got serious. You know.
No, good, because that is important. No, that's serious information right there.
All right then, brother. All right, I guess I'm gonna start off, man. Were you a fan when you were growing up of wrestling? Did you watch wrestling when you were a kid?
Yeah, in South Africa we didn't get a lot of it, but WWF came on tour there when I was like around 6 years old, and my grandmother took me to the live tour, and then from there I just kind of, I got like a Shawn Michaels VHS and a Bret Hart Best of VHS, and I stuck with that for a few years. But yeah, I was definitely a huge fan as a kid.
Which one were you more of a fan of, Shawn or Bret?
Shawn, definitely.
Hell yeah, that's one for J-Man. J-Man's the Shawn guy. Urban's the Bret guy.
Yeah, it was close that bit. Yeah, it was definitely Shawn.
Hell yeah. So I guess he was your favorite. Who else were some of your favorites? Those two and anybody else that really stuck out to you, or?
For some reason around that time, I liked the British Bulldog a lot.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
I guess in that time he was sort of in his prime, and just like his physique and the way he looked was pretty cool.
He had some great matches.
Yeah, no, that was definitely like I saw him live as well, and I think I just thought he was like just so like impressive looking. I guess close up to me as a kid. So yeah, he was the other one of my favorites in that sort of era.
Was WWE the only thing you were getting to watch? WWF there? Was that the only thing?
In South Africa, that's all I got. Once I got to England, because I moved there when I was 10 years old, that's when I got like a much broader range of wrestling. That's also like around the time of the Monday Night Wars, and I'd stay up late to watch ECW, and so that's when I sort of broadened out in terms of like my wrestling knowledge and what I was watching.
Yeah, I love the ECW. I used to stay up and watch it too at midnight on syndicated.
Yes, it's the best time ever in wrestling. It's so cool.
Yeah, when I was a little J-Man, I wanted to be a wrestler, and I wanted to go to ECW. That was my dream. I didn't want to go to the other two. I wanted to go there. It was ridiculous. But yeah, man. So I guess you were when you got exposed to everything, did you watch WCW more, WWF? during the Monday Night War? Or?
I'd literally be that guy, like flicking between one and the other. Like as soon as a promo came on one, I'd go to the next one and see if there was a match on.
Hell
Nice.
yeah, that's what I did too usually.
Yeah, no, I was definitely because in England we just got like all the American channels and stuff, so it was just I was able to do that. And then just like you guys said, just staying up late watching ECW was the best ever because that was just so like revolutionary at the time. I thought it was the best thing ever.
Did you always want to be a wrestler when you were watching it? Was that your dream, or was that what your goal was?
Yeah, weirdly enough, like since I went to that live tour, like when I was 6 years old, just for some reason I just had it like in my head that that's what I was gonna be, and like all through like schooling, like high school, college, everything, I just always knew that I was gonna at least try and be a wrestler before anything else. But I had decided from such an early age. It was quite cool.
Nice.
So you went to college and everything. What'd you get your degree in?
No, I didn't get my degree. I threw away 2 years of college in England. Like I didn't do anything. Like I was just waiting to wrestle.
Hell yeah, understandable. That's an understandable thing. How did you start to train for wrestling? How did you break into the business?
I was living in Spain at the time. My family moved to Spain when I was 18, and I was between going to a school in America or one of the ones in Europe, and then Booker T opened up a school in South Africa, weirdly enough. I don't know if you guys ever heard about that.
I read briefly about the promotion he had there, and he was a co-owner of, and he had the training school. I read briefly about that you wrestled there on. I read your Wikipedia, man. Did some homework.
Well, so just because the currency rate was so good from euros to rands compared to euros to dollars, I decided to go to that school in South Africa. Plus, I had loads of family there. But the school was literally only ran 6 months. It was so poorly run. It was unreal. But yeah, that's where I started. That was the first place I ever got in a ring.
Did you? Who do you think? Who was your most influential person when you were getting your training at first? Did you?
A South African wrestler called Ananzi.
Didn't we watch that match?
We watched a match I think you had with him on YouTube in WWP.
Yeah. I had a really cool Malada match with him too once. It just got crazily edited down. But he helped me out so much when I was starting out. I still think, I mean, he's amazing. He's one of the best guys I've ever wrestled still to this day. So, but yeah, he literally took me under his wing, and he helped me out an enormous amount when I was starting out, more than anyone.
That's good.
How did your first match go? Did it go well, or?
Yeah, my first match went cool. Went pretty much as planned. I loved it. My first match.
Nice.
Hell yeah. So whenever you started actually getting your matches in, did you stayed mostly in that area at first? Wrestled.
Yeah, like because in South Africa, by the time the Booker T school sort of like closed down and it was like a catastrophe and everything, that guy Ananzi, there was the other WWP company in South Africa where PJ was there too. You know, Justin Gabriel.
Yeah, PJ Black. Yeah.
Yeah, and they had a TV deal at the time, so they sort of like had a little training school and stuff like that. So I moved to Johannesburg, which is where WWE based, and started training with those guys. And I think like after my 5th match, like they put me on like their little TV show thing.
Nice.
Yeah, that was cool. That was a really good experience.
What was it like being on TV? How old were you then? What was that kind of like?
I was being 20 by that time.
How was that being on TV at the time? So young.
Yeah, pretty cool. Like being on national TV, especially in South Africa. Like, yeah, it was great. I wasn't actually that nervous about it. I was more excited than anything else.
Well, everybody needs to check that shit out. Do you still ever wrestle at WWP?
No, I haven't gone back in years. I went back maybe like 4 or 5 years ago was the last time I went back.
Yeah.
But they're mostly guys from Europe, and as far as I know, they lost their TV deal, so like it hasn't really been the same there since.
You had that long blonde hair, man.
Yeah, I was going for that 1980s rockers.
Nice.
Hell yeah, man. Fucking put a lot of hairspray in it, tease it up. You can get that 80s hair metal shit.
Me and Jack were talking about going back to that hair now. We're like growing our hair long. I'm thinking I could pull off the mighty Janetti, and he's going for the Michaels, and we'll just bring it back.
Uh-oh.
Do it. If anybody can do it, you two can.
Yeah, we're seriously thinking about it.
Man, I approve. I'm for it. So when did you start traveling out of South Africa?
When did I go out?
Yeah.
So I guess I was about that age, like 20. I'd been there for about a year. They finished those tapings. They didn't know when they were going to do other ones. Like Joe Legend and this guy called Morat Bosporus and Mikey Whiplash, actually, from England.
Yeah.
It came down to WWP, and they were telling me, there's more wrestling in Europe. You can sort of wrestle there, like, much more consistently than you can here in South Africa. So I was like, all right, and got their email addresses, jumped back home to Spain, and then just started messing around on the sort of European scene, I guess you could say.
How long did you stay there, and how long before you went to the Mexico scene?
I guess I was in Europe maybe 6 months to a year, roughly, again, between working like normal jobs and like building sites and construction sites and saving up to like try and keep wrestling, because there wasn't that much wrestling in Europe, especially not for me who was just starting out. And eventually I got on those like NWE tours. I just went to like a tryout once, and they were just like, oh, you can come along as an extra. And they took me along on the whole tour like as an extra. Like sometimes I got to wrestle, sometimes I didn't. But I got to like mess around in the ring with shows, and Ultimo Dragon was on those tours. And he was like, oh, like, you're kind of athletic. You could maybe be like, do something in Mexico. You should come to my school in Mexico. And then from that, I just started saving up to go to Mexico City to go train in Lucha.
Hell yeah. We had a question from Leo Garcia off the Earth Art, and he was asking what made you go from there to Mexico. Yeah,
so basically, I always wanted to emulate sort of my favorite wrestlers, and just as like Eddie and Chris Benoit and like Jericho and all the guys, they always did like Mexico, Japan, America. So like I always had it in my head that I had to do all three, and I guess just once Ultimo Dragon sort of invited me to Mexico, I was like over the moon, because I was just I had no idea how I was ever going to get to wrestle in Mexico, and there it was. It just presented itself, so I jumped on it.
Hell yeah. Opportunity knocked, and you fucking answered the door, brother.
Yeah, I went for it.
So when you got there, what was it like training under Ultimo Dragon and Negro Navarro and legends like that?
It was super awesome. I mean, it was really cool because I've never been in that environment. Like in Mexico City, it's closed down now, which is a huge shame. But Dragon basically he built a Japanese dojo. So basically, the building on the bottom floor, you had a full gym, you had a full training ring. Like all imported from Japan. The top floor, you'd have like the kitchen and his offices, and then you'd have about 2 or 3 floors more on that, where there'd just be dormitories where all the Japanese guys would come through.
Nice.
So every day you just eat, sleep, and breathe wrestling. Like literally, we'd be fooling around in the wrestling ring at 1, 2 a.m. in the morning. Like guys would come down like in pajamas and try new holds, and it was just crazy. We just like lived in this little wrestling ring house. It was all for me.
Nice.
Yeah, man, that sounds like some amazing stuff. Because I mean, Ultimo Dragon, legendary, and I can't imagine that. Learning from him and Negro Navarro, those huge legends. So when did you start wrestling there? When did you have your first match down there?
I can't remember exactly, but I think it was after 3 months, because it actually took me quite a while to get used to the lucha style. Like I didn't pick up on it as quickly as I hoped to or expected to. So for the first 2 months, I didn't really feel comfortable getting a booking, and then Negro Navarro after the first 3 months was like, okay, like come to a small show with me, and then just basically I just go to all these little small shows with Negro Navarro, and Ultimo Dragon told me, just get experience. If they offer to pay you with a sandwich and a can of Coke, you just say thank you and thanks for the experience, and just wrestle as much as you can. And that's what I did. I mean, I'd wrestle in front of 20 people in dirt floor arenas, and we'd wrestle like 3 times on Sundays in these crazy Mexican markets and all this stuff. And it was just like a complete other side of Mexican, like independent wrestling, I guess you could say, that people don't see. But I was living that full steam.
Were they at least giving you some cold beers afterwards?
Yeah, you could get paid with beers. That was better than the Coke, so
Yeah.
couldn't complain there.
That's a plus.
Yeah, but that wasn't all the time, so.
Yeah, understandable. So after you got used to it, how did you adapt to it when you started getting in the matches? How were they going? Were you enjoying the matches when you finally started getting those bookings?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, just obviously, like for me, like Mexican lucha, it's just such a unique style, just in the fact that the psychology is just so. I don't know if you want to call it non-existent or just its own thing, its own entity. But anyways, it was just really hard to get used to that style of 3 falls and just the way they set up matches and stuff like that. And also around that time, sort of Negro was like, like everyone high flies, and it was like the Mystico era where everyone just did Hurricane Ranas and stuff like that. And he was like, he wanted to push me just to doing submissions and kicks and strikes. He didn't want me to do any high flying. So like all those little matches, I guess, just became practice for me just to try and hone in that submission style. And I started striking like quite a bit later, but the submissions definitely, all those little matches, like we just submission wrestle the whole match. That's all I remember doing.
Those knees, man. You got those crisp knees.
They're new though. Like I'm just working on them like the last couple of years or months. But
Really?
Before I was just submission obsessed. I'd just be doing that old school lucha libre, like catch and release style. I was completely obsessed with that. Just because that was Negro style. I mean, he'd bring a book to class of like 400 different submissions written in the book.
Wow.
And we'd just go through them every class. And then I got my book eventually, in every class I'd write them down. And then like, I still got the book now, actually. It's pretty cool.
Man, that's like...
I might have to get a copy of that book.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think I've got like 316 submissions written in it, something around that. But yeah, like if I watch back those matches now, I don't sort of like them that much, but just at the time, that's all I really cared about. I was just obsessed with like just that submission style, just the Negro Navarro old school submission wrestling style.
Nice.
Man, that's a hell of a style to be obsessed with, and that's crazy. The studying the books, going through the whole book like that. That's some fucking work. That's putting in the work. Dedication. That's awesome. That's how it should be. I love hearing shit like that. I was marking out listening to that. That's a fucking shoot. That's a J-Man shoot right there. I was marking out to that shit.
But it was it's definitely cool. I also feel like I don't really get to like show off that side of my wrestling like enough in AAA. And also just myself, I just dropped off of like concentrating on chain wrestling and submission wrestling so much. But I definitely still have it in me, and I definitely do need to bring it out more.
Oh yeah, man. Well, what you're doing is incredible too. That's the whole package, man. That's showing the whole package. You apparently, you got the whole thing, and when you pull that out, it's going to impress a lot of other people. It's going to show the whole another side of the game.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Just I guess time and a place for everything.
Yeah.
Hell
definitely.
yeah. So how did you? When did you start employing the high flying, doing more of the high flying lucha style?
It was actually once I was in Mexico. I felt like I was stuck on the independent scene for a while. They have a arena now, Calpan here, IWRG. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that.
Maybe not. No, I haven't. Well.
Basically, it's the top like indie promotion here in Mexico that has like TV.
Okay.
So it's the best way for like independent guys to get seen by the bigger companies and to get into the magazines, because it's just the only indie show that has like TV apart from AAA and CMLL.
Okay.
All right.
So once I got into that company, that's when I was like, well, I guess I need to start diving a bit more. It's when I first did the dive, like the cross body dive over the post, because just being on TV, I just thought, I need to like step up to try and get seen. So that's when I just started like employing more of those dives.
Yeah. How did you get involved with AAA after that?
Somehow, I can't remember exactly. I got in touch with Conan. I can't remember if it was him to me or me to him. And then they put me on a TV show. Like, I was in a dark match with Phoenix, Pentagon, Arcanist, and Tito. And that was like our tryout match. All those guys stayed on, and I didn't get a phone call till maybe a year or 2 years later from AAA.
Wow.
And when they called, I guess that's when you went there?
Yeah, I mean, I was still in Mexico. I was just living like in another city. And yeah, I went to Japan actually before. I went with Tajiri's company because I wasn't doing anything in Mexico, so I jumped over to Japan. And then when I came back is when AAA spoke to me again.
What was it like in Japan? How was that? I think I read something about a backpacker.
Tokyo is just the coolest city ever. It's just one of those countries or cities that actually feel like you're kind of like in outer space. Oh man, I hate cities, but I love Tokyo.
Yeah.
It's like a whole nother world.
Exactly, it's like a whole nother world. It's just so it's like intergalactic. It's sweet.
Well, when we came to the Lucha Underground, it was like a whole nother world kind of for us going from Tennessee to LA, man.
Yeah, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, we have a Waffle House accent. I don't know if you could tell. Which Waffle House is a restaurant down here. We got told by the security guard we had a Waffle House
down
accent.
here, you mean up here, man.
Up here, yeah. See, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Well, don't worry, like all your accents sound the same to me, so.
Oh shit, he's fucking shooting.
Hell yeah.
I love it. Woo.
Oh man, but whenever you finally got the call to AAA, how was that? What did you start doing when you got there? You were in a singles competition?
My first match, I tried the crossbody dive over the post, and I clipped my ribs on the post, then took a head up to the floor, and actually fractured my two ribs. And then I did like another TV the next night, like a tag with Zumbi and Jack, and then I had to take 3 months off because I cracked my ribs.
Damn.
So my AAA debut went as about probably as you can get.
Yeah, that sucks, man. That's some bad luck.
Yeah, but in a way, well, I can shoot on this thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, I think Conan's original storyline for me was to be with a girl called Lolita and do the mixed tag titles, right?
Yeah.
But then, obviously, I got injured on my debut, so I was out for 3 months. They did something else with her, and then when I came back, Jack wasn't doing anything, so they stuck me with him. And then, I mean, that was just like, I guess for me, the luckiest thing that could have ever happened to me.
Oh yeah, dude. Fucking Jack's work was fucking impressive, and
Yeah, I watched Jack on Wrestling Society X, man. That's where I first got exposed to him, and I've always thought he was, a damn good worker, damn good wrestler, all that shit. So when you and him, got stuck together, what was that like when y'all started teaming?
It was sweet. It was like, at first, I guess it was kind of awkward, just like anything. So we just stuck together. We weren't even friends at the start. And then I guess like it just evolved and just we just like really enjoyed working together, like in the ring, and then we're like best friends out the ring. So yeah, that was great. It was I'm super lucky that happened. So I think being with Jack just and I always wanted to be a tag team wrestler. Weirdly enough, like that was always my dream to be a tag team wrestler, and to be a tag team now is cool.
Yeah, man, I love the tag team wrestling. Did y'all have any big influences that you, I guess, possibly the Rockers?
Yeah, no, 100% the Rockers.
Hell yeah.
We still watch Rockers matches now, studying them up and stuff against, Ian Anderson and stuff.
oh my goodness.
Hey, man, that's classic studying right there.
If he's not careful, he's gonna pop me, and I'm gonna mark.
Oh,
Shit.
what was it like winning the AAA tag team titles whenever y'all won that?
It was good. I felt like at the time it was like super deserved because I thought it was sort of like tearing up the tag team sort of scene like here in Mexico. So I was like, I really felt it was like about time that we got the belts, and I was how can I say? I felt proud that we had them, but I also felt like we deserved them at that time.
Oh yeah, man.
Nothing wrong with claiming what's yours anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah, kind of how I felt at the time. Yeah. So, but it was cool just to get it. So, I mean, we were champions for like a year. I think we had like 5 defenses, which is a lot in Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah, they defend them a lot less than in America usually. They mean more.
So it's like 4 or 5 times a year max.
Yeah.
The titles mean more that way.
Yeah, in a way. but they also like. Sometimes in Mexico, like they'll just stick random tag teams together in a tag team tournament. You know what I mean? So it's not like.
Yeah.
It's not always a deal to do it like that.
Fair dues.
How did you get involved with Lucha Underground?
Well, that was just through AAA because, I mean, I remember when they first had the original drafts, like 2 years ago or whatever it was, for Lucha Underground. Dorian sat us down because there was going to be a group of 5 AAA guys who went as the original group.
Yeah.
And me and Jack were part of that group, and just sort of the whole concept was very rough at the time. But so since like 2 years ago, they've been talking to us about it, and then once actually started, everything changed, and they sent like another group first, and then I was part of the second group, and then Jack the third group. But yeah, our complete association with Lucha Underground is just through AAA.
All right, that makes sense.
That does make sense.
Yeah. So when you got involved with the Lucha, though, what was it like being on American television regularly?
It was cool because I hadn't wrestled in America before. So I'd done Europe, like Africa, Mexico, Japan, and I hadn't wrestled in America yet. And so, yeah, it was like sort of fulfilling a part of my dream as well, you know, to wrestle in America.
Yeah.
And that Lucha Underground crowd is just so sick. It's like the best crowd in the world.
Yeah, it is, brother. I mean, coming from like...
For them, it was just amazing.
The Lucha clique goes crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Dude, we come from Tennessee, and like, the crowds here have nothing on fucking Lucha Underground.
Well, if you want to like put it like this, I just wrestled now in the Lucha World Cup. I think they said there was like roughly 17,000 people.
Yeah.
I'd still prefer to wrestle in front of the Lucha Underground crowd.
Damn.
Wow.
That says a lot. It says a lot.
Yeah, man, they put the whole heart into the temple, man.
Yeah.
It's sacred.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they're like the whole atmosphere about it.
I mean, we had to. That was our WrestleMania. We had to fly there to see some Lucha live. That was something we had to do.
Unfortunately, we didn't get the picture with Angelico because.
And I saw you guys at the rap party as well.
Yeah, we were there. we forgot to get a picture. I was drinking a lot.
Yeah, Urban was drinking a lot.
Yeah, who wasn't, right?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So, when being on American television, though, do you get? Is it crazy to be on? Is it how much different is it?
I can't really tell you. It doesn't feel that different to me because I'm not in America now. So, you know, it's just the same as if I'd wrestled on TV in South Africa or anywhere like that in a way. Because I just, you know, I'm going to watch it back on YouTube at the end of the day.
There you go.
So it just feels good knowing that I've been on American TV and. Just on the product that is Lucha Underground, like I'm so proud of it. Like it's actually only wrestling I can watch on TV. Well, actually NXT as well. Like the Lucha Underground just as a show and a wrestling show to be on that show and on TV, it's just, you know, I think it's so innovative and so cool the show.
Yeah, man, for sure. Like the production values, the whole storytelling. Everyone is a human on Lucha. You know, everyone's good. Like if the good guy, he's got a few little bad guy tendencies. The bad guy got some good guy, you know. It's awesome, you know. The way they tell a story, there's so much thought put into it. It doesn't fuck you off.
It's just a great show to watch. You know, it's like it's really, really, really good TV.
When you found out all who was that was involved with Lucha, who were you most excited to work with?
The wrestlers.
Yeah, the wrestlers.
I was actually really excited to work against like Johnny, just because he'd been in WWE for so long, and I just think he's really good.
Yeah.
Your single match, man, that was incredible.
Ricochet as well. I'd really like to work him. We didn't get a chance this season though.
Yeah.
Dude, you need to run the indies in America. Oh my God, there's so many.
We actually just got permission from AAA now for the first time ever to take bookings from American indie companies.
Yeah, dude, that's only gonna help you get over. Oh my God, you're fucking amazing. So, I've been calling you the new Shawn Michaels, but I'm marked out. Sorry.
No, it's alright. no one's getting to be anything close to Shawn Michaels ever, I don't think, unfortunately.
He's humble. He's fucking humble, too. What the fuck?
Hey, man. That's how you gotta be, man, sometimes, you know? That's good shit, though. Is there any places in particular you'd like to work around here in America?
Any what? Any companies?
Yeah, any companies?
I guess I'm not really like a company specifically that I'd like to work for, but just I feel like there's so much talent right now in the American independent scene. So there's a lot of guys I'd really like to work. And I'd like to do a lot of tag matches there as well.
Really?
Especially against like the Young Bucks with Jack, because everyone's saying the Young Bucks are the best tag team and blah blah blah.
Oh man! Little. All right, I like that.
Sounds good.
This man's got his eyes on the right prize.
That sounds like a good idea to me. That sounds like a hell of a match, and that shit needs to happen. Someone needs to book.
You know who's gonna lose? The Young Bucks. You know, because they always lose. They always lose. They're always giving that shit away. But they're good. I like them. That would be a good fucking match. I'm really excited you said that.
Yeah. There's a lot of teams and a lot of guys individually that it'd be really cool to work there right now. There's just like so much movement and talent going on. It's just a really good time like in wrestling. So the more you can travel out and the more companies you can wrestle for, the better people you wrestle and the better you'll get. So I guess that's it.
How does it feel to be the first trios champions? You, Luis, and
yeah, really
Son of
cool.
Havoc.
Yeah, that was a great moment, especially as it wasn't planned. It was like a last minute decision based on like the day before's tapings. So there was no ever like plan for us to be trios champions or anything more than like just wrestling that tournament. So yeah, it gave me direction. Lucha Underground, I think it gave Matt and Evelise direction too, and it's just been really fun to do. And being the first trios champions, yeah, that's cool too.
All right, man. I got some questions. I guess I'm gonna run down from people on Twitter. You had several questions.
Let's go.
Well, the first one I guess is from a guy named @SeanMega, and all he said was, "Be safe with all this crazy shit you do." That's all he said.
Yeah, thanks. I get a lot of those messages now. I didn't do that much crazy stuff. I just did 2 things that were just like on the limit, and I don't even know if I'll do them again because they were really on the limit for me.
Yeah.
But I did them. They're done now. They came out cool. So yeah, people don't have to worry that much. I'm not actually the kind of guy who does that stuff all the time.
What goes through your head when you're up there? Just fucking, I hope this works out right?
The crossbody one, I was real confident. So as soon as I jumped off, I was just like floating away, just flying off. That felt really cool. The dropkick one, I was shitting myself because just before I ran off, like I just thought, oh shit, he's too far. There's no way I can get that far. But then I did, so that was fine. But yeah, that was going through my mind for the 2 jumps.
Hell yeah. We got another question from a guy @BigWhite090. He was like, "Will you go higher? Will you push the limit?" And I guess you kind of already answered that, saying that that was, I guess, as far as you were going to go.
I don't know if it's as far as I'll ever go, because I don't feel like that was... I feel like it was on the limit, but it wasn't my limit.
All right.
So, I guess it was close to being my limit, but I just can't risk that sort of thing, all the time.
All the time, yeah.
But when the opportunity presents itself, if ever there is an opportunity to do something bigger or crazier, yeah, if I feel I can do it, like I did these 2 jumps, then I'll do it, for sure.
Hell yeah, man. I got another question. Was Lucha Underground your first experience with intergender wrestling?
No, because in Mexico, sometimes you wrestle intergender.
Hell yeah. All right.
It was first a one-on-one match with a girl, though.
It was your first one-on-one match?
Yeah.
All right. Then one more I got from @RedHollywood. He was also asking about the dives, how nerve-wracking it was before that. And I guess we covered that. And he also asked, would you follow him on Twitter, which I don't know if... I don't know about that.
I'm sure.
He doesn't even follow me on Twitter. Why is he going to follow you? That's fucking Hill. So
I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so bad with Twitter. I don't even have Facebook and stuff like that. Like,
Hey, man, I wouldn't get wrapped in that Facebook shit.
Yeah, I don't have Facebook either. J-Man doesn't. I don't do it either.
I've only got Twitter because AAA made it for us. Like, they made them for everyone. And they gave you the passwords and you had to start using it.
Oh, really?
I didn't even have a phone number.
Oh,
I was sending you guys, right? Because we'd have to do this on Skype.
yeah.
Hell yeah, man. This is our first time ever doing this on Skype.
Yeah, this is the way, man. You don't need a cell phone. Like, walk through the streets. No one can phone you, get hold of you. It's free living.
You're off the grid, brother. I like the way you think.
I just got this laptop like 3 weeks ago as well. That pissed me off.
Damn.
Hey, man. I understand being pissed off being tied to a device.
Well, hey, man, you ever need a computer tech, at URBANHERETIC187 is here for you. Personal Lucha Tech. Yeah,
He knows
Right.
some computer skills.
I got it.
But I guess I'm going to ask, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? That was another question.
I don't know. It's kind of a hard question because, I mean, I just don't know what will happen with Lucha Underground, by just the wrestling scene in general. I don't think I'll be in Mexico in 5 years' time. Actually, that's probably almost definite.
Wow.
Oh, well, so that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, well, I'm just kind of, I've just been here for 6 years. I just feel like I've gotten everything I can out of wrestling the Lucha Libre style, and I just sort of want to go against just other guys. I've wrestled everyone who come in Mexico now, you know?
It's time to learn something new, yeah?
Time to branch out.
Yeah, exactly, just to step out. So I'm definitely, within the next year or two, I guess, will be about that time.
All right.
Well, there's a lot of shit going on in America, like you said, like we talked about earlier. You know, PWG is a hot promotion. Tickets sell out in literally like 10 minutes. And I know that a lot of people go there a lot. That's in the California area. Lucha Underground is the hottest show on cable, like wrestling wise, and you're gonna fucking win the Wednesday Night War. It's gonna take over the world. That's what I think's gonna happen.
I hope so. I mean, it's just it deserves to.
Exactly.
It definitely deserves to.
I guess I'm gonna ask one more question for you. What's your favorite match you've ever been in, and what's your favorite match you've ever seen?
Oh shit, that's a pretty hard question.
Yeah, it's loaded. If you need a couple for each one,
Yeah,
that's cool.
Let's do it like that. So one of the best matches I had, or one of my favorites for me, was the ladder match I had against Anansi. But it got edited down for TV from like 20 minutes to 12, so the match just exists in our memory, I guess. But that was definitely one of my favorites. Then I guess I put a ladder match, the Hardys versus Edge and Christian, in the first tag ladder match. That's one of my favorite matches ever, for sure.
Wow.
Hell yeah, that was the one when they were trying to win Terry.
Yeah, the Terry Reynolds Invitational.
Yeah, and the money. Yeah, that was incredible. Because it pushed the limit, man. It was the first time anything like that had been done. I was watching that.
Yeah, they were on the limit the whole match, and they just did subtle stuff.
Hell yeah, man.
Another match, favorite match that I've been. I don't know. It's such a hard question, man. The match I had with Johnny on Lucha Underground, I really liked that match.
Yeah.
That's one of my personal favorite matches from Lucha Underground.
Another one, I guess Eddie versus Malenko on ECW. That's one of my favorite matches ever to watch.
Wow.
The 2 out of 3.
Yeah, the 2 out of 3 falls.
Yeah.
He's got these, like, I think it's like the green tights on, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites too. I hit a third one up for you guys. I mean, there's so many, like, it's just like an infinite list.
All right.
I like a lot of Kota Ibushi matches as well, like Ibushi versus Devitt.
Yeah.
They had some really outstanding matches. Nice. Yeah, I mean, to say favorite match, that's just so hard. I just have such like a huge database of matches that I absolutely love, all for different reasons.
I wouldn't expect anything less from you.
Yeah, man. Watching all those styles, experiencing all that. I guess you watch a lot of the New Japan stuff.
Yeah, I watch. I don't watch any I haven't watched more probably in like 2 years. TNA I don't really watch because it's just not here in Mexico. So I just I don't really watch shows as much as I do like look for specific matches. So, like if I hear like two guys I'm interested in had a match, then I'll go hunt that match down. But yeah, obviously I watch a lot of New Japan, a lot of old school wrestling as well, like all those old ECW, like a lot of the WCW Nitro matches and stuff like that, the cruiserweight ones.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. That was one of the best times at all.
Oh yeah, definitely the best time of all. Oh, Jushin Thunder Liger versus Muta. It's one of my favorite matches. When like Liger changes from face to heel in the middle of the match. You seen that when he rips off the mask and like tears off his bodysuit? He's like all painted underneath it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that match is like a movie. That match is just amazing.
Yeah, man, those are all classics, man. That's good shit. Those are all kinds of matches I used to like. I watched those when I was growing up, man. The ECW, the WWE matches, that's all great stuff. I'm thinking that with the help of Angelico, Lucha Underground is going to take over the world. We're about to watch Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
Very soon. Can't wait to see tonight's episode. I know you need to go ahead and tell everybody where they can get the Angelico merchandise, because I know everybody wants it.
Yeah, you can get it on our online shop. It's just run through an email at the moment, and it's shopguerrosdelcielo@gmail.com. Yeah, we post out t-shirts, hats, bands, all the stuff me, Jack, and Australian wear.
Nice.
Hell yeah, man. And I want to thank you for doing this interview with us, man.
No, thank you guys. Hope the answers weren't too boring for you.
Oh, man, definitely not.
Never.
Hopefully we weren't too boring for you.
How many beers did you drink in the end?
I'm on 6.
Yeah, that's all right, I guess.
I'm not done yet. Lucha's not over.
You still gotta watch like the Lucha Underground, and you got time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's on 6, but J-Man's secretly a lightweight. He doesn't actually drink that much. I'm only on number 3.
That's cool. Everyone got their own pace.
But I do a lot of other hemp research and stuff. You know, I get my shit in.
Yeah, brother.
J-Man does.
You'll do.
But yeah, man. I guess thank you for this, and you have a good night. We're gonna keep watching, and hopefully we can do it again sometime.
Yeah, enjoy tonight's episode. I don't know which episode it is, but it will be amazing as usual.
Always.
And yeah, we can do this anytime you guys want. It's been my pleasure.
Tonight is Mil Muertes and Phoenix.
Oh yeah, that was badass. I remember watching that.
I love it.
Hell yeah.
Woo!
Well, yeah, man.
All right,
Thank
brother. You have a good night.
All right, mother.